In the dim glow of Hollywood's underbelly, young pop sensation Jake Bieber, no relation to the real deal, but damn if he didn't look the part, lay sprawled across a scarred wooden table in an abandoned recording studio. His eyes bulged wide as saucers, mouth agape in shock, while behind him loomed the shadowy figure of music mogul Darnell, Big D Combs, grinning like a Cheshire cat with gold chains glinting under the spotlights. Big D's shaded eyes that had seen too much dirt in this town, and his hand gripped Jake's collar tight. "Boy, you just stepped into the lion's den," Big D drawled, voice thick with that New York swagger mixed with LA grit. This wasn't no ordinary night. It was the start of a wild ride through fame's dark alleys. Jake had come to LA chasing dreams bigger than his small-town Ontario roots. At 19, he'd blown up on YouTube with covers that had labels drooling. But tonight, he'd snuck into Big D's private studio after a tip from a shady producer. "There's a hidden track in there that'll launch you to stardom, kid. But watch your back." Jake figured it was worth the risk. Scaling the fence, dodging security cams, he slipped in through a back vent like some kind of urban ninja. Heart pounding, he rifled through dusty tapes and hard drives until he found it, an encrypted file labeled Ultimate Hit. Plugging in headphones, the beat hit him like thunder, raw, hypnotic, with lyrics that screamed power and betrayal. That's when the lights flickered on. Big D emerged from the shadows, suit sharp as a blade, smile sharper. "Thought you could steal my thunder? Huh?" He boomed, yanking Jake by the scruff and slamming him onto the table. Jake gasped, head dangling off the edge, whirled upside down. "I just want a shot, man. Ain't nobody giving me one." Big D chuckled deep. "Oh, you'll get a shot, all right. But not the kind you think." Turns out that file wasn't just a song. It was a map. Coded in the lyrics were clues to a lost fortune, millions in hidden royalties from legendary artists, stashed away by Big D's old rivals. Pirates of the music biz, they called them back in the day. Big D released his grip, pulling Jake up. "You got balls, kid. Most fold at the sight of me. But if you want to play, we play my way." That map leads to the vault, a secret spot under the Hollywood sign where the real kings buried their gold. Gangs, hackers, X-label execs all after it. "You in?" Jake's mind raced. Run? Or dive headfirst into this madness? The hook was set. Adventure called like a siren song. "Hell yeah," he muttered, rubbing his neck. Big D slapped his back. "Good. First stop. The underground clubs where the clues drop." They bolted out into the neon-lit night, jumping into Big D's black Escalade. Tires screeched as they tore down Sunset Boulevard, dodging paparazzi flashes. Jake's phone buzzed. Text from his manager. "Where you at?" "Gig tomorrow." He ignored it. This was bigger. At Club Inferno, a dive bar pulsing with bass, Big D nodded to the bouncer. Inside, smoke hung thick, bodies grinding to trap beats. "Listen for the whisper," Big D said. Jake strained over the noise. Then, from a booth, a raspy voice. "The eagle's nest holds the key, but beware the serpent's bite." Clue 1 decoded. Eagle's nest meant the Griffith Observatory, high above the city. Serpent? Probably a trap. They hustled out, but shadows followed. Two thugs in hoodies hired by rival mogul Vic Viper Malone, who wanted the vault for himself. A chase ensued through alleyways, Jake's sneakers pounding pavement, Big D firing warning shots from a concealed Glock. "Keep moving, kid." Bullets whizzed past. They ducked into a sewer grate, emerging soaked but alive near the observatory. Up the hill they climbed, stars mocking their frenzy. At the dome, Jake spotted it, an engraved plaque with lyrics matching the file. Twisting it revealed a hidden compartment, a USB drive with coordinates. Next, the desert, Big D growled. But Viper's men closed in. Fists flew. Jake landed a lucky punch. Big D dropped the other with a chokehold. Panting, they escaped in a stolen Jeep, heading east into the Mojave. Dawn broke as sand dunes rose, but so did the stakes. Jake realized this ain't just treasure, it's survival. The hook tightened. What secrets would the desert reveal? Dust devils swirled around the Jeep as Jake and Big D barreled through the Mojave, the sun baking everything like a bad oven. Jake wiped sweat from his brow, glancing at the USB plugged into the dashboard. Coordinates point to an old ghost town, Badwater Basin. "What's there, man?" Big D adjusted his shades, voice low. Legends say it's where the first music pirates hid demos worth billions. But it's cursed, folks vanish. Jake swallowed hard, but the thrill pumped adrenaline. No turning back now. The vault's pull was magnetic, like a hit single you can't shake. They hit Badwater at high noon, salt flats stretching endless under a merciless sky. Abandoned saloons creaked in the wind, windows like empty eyes. Following the drive's map, they dug under a rusted piano in the old tavern. Clang, metal hit shovel. Up came a chest locked tight. Big D cracked it with a crowbar. Inside, vinyl records etched with riddles. The sirens call echoes in the waves, but sharks circle the prize. Jake pieced it. Siren meant Malibu beaches, waves the ocean. Sharks? Rival crews. But before they could bolt, engines roared. Viper's gang rolled up on ATVs, dust clouds billowing. Hand it over, Combs. Viper snarled, stepping out, tattooed arms, eyes cold as ice. Big D smirked. Over my dead body, you snake. Gunfire erupted. Jake dove behind barrels, heart jackhammering. He grabbed a loose board, swinging like a bat, cracking one thug's knee. Big D traded shots, barking, run to the jeep. They peeled out, bullets pinging metal. But Viper's crew gave chase, quads eating sand. Zigzagging through canyons, Jake yelled, "Lose him in the rocks." Big D swerved sharp, sending pursuers crashing. Free for now, they headed west to Malibu, ocean gleaming like a promise. Night fell as they hit the coast, crashing waves' symphony. The riddle led to a sea cave under the cliffs, accessible only at low tide. Slipping in, flashlight beams danced on walls scrawled with graffiti, names of fallen stars. Deep inside, a submerged safe. Jake dove, holding breath, twisting the combo from the vinyl. 4-8-15-16-23-42. Click. Up came a waterproof pouch, blueprints to the vault, hidden in the LA subway tunnels. Emerging, they spotted lights. Viper again, this time with boats offshore. He's got the drop, Big D muttered. They sprinted up the beach, commandeering a jet ski from a nearby dock. Water sprayed as they jetted into the surf, Viper's speedboat gaining. Jake steered wild, dodging waves, while Big D fired back. A lucky shot hit their engine. Explosion lit the night. Limping to shore further down, exhausted but alive, Jake grinned. That was insane. Big D nodded. Ain't over. Tunnels next, dark, dangerous, full of rats and worse. Back in L.A., they geared up, flashlights, ropes, maps. Descending into the subway's forgotten lines, air thick with mold. Echoes bounced as they navigated mazes, avoiding live tracks. A rumble train? No collapse. Rocks tumbled. Jake pushed Big D aside, arms scraped bloody. Thanks, kid, Big D grunted. Deeper, they found murals depicting music wars. Artists versus labels, fortunes lost. The blueprint pointed to a sealed door. Blowing it with pilfered dynamite from the desert chest. Boom. Inside, artifacts, gold records, but no vault. Wait, a final clue. The crown awaits atop the throne of lights. Throne of lights? Hollywood sign, where it all began. But alarms wailed. Viper's hackers tripped security. Cops swarmed above. Racing up service ladders, they burst onto the streets, sirens blaring. Hijacking a cab, they floored it to the hills. Jake's mind hooked deeper. This treasure wasn't just cash. It was power to rewrite the industry. What if Big D had ulterior motives? Doubt crept, but adventure roared louder. Sirens faded as Jake and Big D ditched the cab, hiking stealthy up Griffith Park trails toward the Hollywood sign. City lights sprawled below like a glittering trap, mocking their quest. Crown atop the throne, Jake repeated, breath ragged. Big D huffed, the sign's the throne, crown's the vault, buried under the H. Jake eyed him suspicious. Why share this? But the hook sank. Fame's dark side lured like forbidden fruit. Reaching the base, floodlights cast eerie shadows. They scaled fencing, tools clanking. Under the massive H, they dug frantic dirt flying. Clunk, shovel hit concrete. Prying it up revealed stairs descending into blackness. "This is it," Big D whispered, descending first. Jake followed, pulse thumping. The chamber below was a time capsule. Stacks of cash, rare tapes, contracts yellowed with age. In the center, a pedestal with a diamond-encrusted mic. The crown, symbol of ultimate control. But echoes stirred. Vipers slithered in from a side tunnel, goons flanking. "Into the line, Combs." "That makes mine." Big D squared up. "You always were a backstabber, Vic." Flashback hit Jake. Rumors of Viper stealing Big D's early hits, sparking this feud. Guns drawn, tension crackled. Jake spotted a lever. Old trap from the pirates? He yanked it. Floor panels shifted. Viper's men plummeted into pits. Chaos erupted. Fists and bullets flew. Jake tackled Viper, wrestling for the mic. "This ain't yours." Big D downed the last thug, but Viper pulled a knife, slashing Big D's arm. Blood sprayed. Big D staggered. Jake smashed Viper with a gold record. Crack. Viper slumped. Grabbing the mic, Jake helped Big D up. "We did it, man." But Big D's eyes darkened. "Kid, that mic holds secrets, dirt on everyone in the biz. I needed to clear my name." Twist. Big D wasn't after fortune. He was framed years ago for embezzlement by Viper's crew. The vault proved his innocence. Jake nodded, hooked by loyalty. "Then let's blow this wide open." Alarms blared. Cops breached above. They bolted upstairs. Mike clutched. Outside, Chopper's word, lights blinding. "Freeze!" But Jake spotted a zip line rigged for maintenance. "Jump!" They soared over the hillside, wind whipping, landing in brush below. Stealing a motorcycle, they roared down Mulholland Drive, evading pursuits. Hiding in a safe house, Big D's old studio, they decoded the mic. Embedded chip with files exposing corruption, from rig charts to payoffs. Dawn broke. Media exploded. Anonymous leaks hit the net. Jake's doing, using his online savvy. Scandals rocked labels. Viper arrested. But hunters remained. Shadowy execs wanting silence. Big D bandage grinned. "You got heart, kid. Partner up." Jake hesitated. Fame's price steep. But adventure's call was addictive. "Deal." Next clue from the files. A global chase, treasures in Tokyo studios. Planes awaited. Yet doubt lingered. Was Big D clean? Files hinted deeper betrayals. Jake pocketed a backup drive, insurance. The hook twisted, trust fragile in this game. As they boarded a private jet, engines humming, Jake stared out. World vast, dangers endless. From small-town dreamer to vault conqueror, his life flipped. But the real adventure? Unmasking the industry's beasts. Jet engines roared as Jake and Big D jetted toward Tokyo, the mixed secrets burning in Jake's mind. Files revealed a network, the syndicate, global moguls hoarding hits, crushing indies. Next vault piece in Shibuya's neon bowels. "This ain't local anymore," Big D said, sipping bourbon. Jake nodded, American grit fueling him. "Bring it." Landing at Narita, they melted into crowds, dodging tails, syndicate spies everywhere. Shibuya crossing pulsed like a heart. They ducked into arcades, following clues. Where lights dance and voices echo, the key hides in silence. Karaoke bar. Inside, belting tunes masked their search. Behind a booth, a loose panel, another drive. But alarms tripped. Yakuza enforcers, syndicate pawns, stormed in. "Hand it over, Gaijin." Fists flew. Jake flipped tables. Big D cracked bottles. Escaping through vents, they hit streets, motorcycles revving in pursuit. Weaving through alleys, neon blurring, they lost M in Akihabara's maze. Decoding the drive. Coordinates to Mount Fuji caves. Ancient samurai hid scrolls there. Now, music masters stashed demos. Hiking up snowy trails, wind biting, they reached the cave. Inside, torches lit murals of feudal wars mirroring biz battles. Chest unearthed. Artifacts, a flute embedding codes. But avalanche rumbled. Syndicate sabotage. Rocks crashed. Jake pulled Big D from debris, leg twisted. Limping out, they evaded choppers, hitching to Kyoto. Safe in a ryokan, Big D confessed. "I started the syndicate young, greedy. Broke out, but they framed me. Jake's trust wavered, but files corroborated. We in him. Final clue. Back to L.A., full circle, Syndicate HQ under Staples Center. Flying home, plans hatched. Infiltrate during a concert. Concert night, arena thumping. Posing as crew, they snuck backstage. Tunnels led to the lair. Servers humming with stolen dreams. Guards down silently. At the core, Syndicate boss, elusive Elena Voss, waited. Combs, you fool. Battle raged. Hacks clashed with fists. Jake uploaded viruses from drives, erasing empires. Elena lunged. Big D blocked, taking a hit. Jake finished her with a taser. Alarms wailed, buildings shook. Escaping amid chaos, files leaked worldwide. Industry reformed overnight. Artists free. Jake, now legend, dropped his own hit using vault beats. Big D retired clean, mentoring. But whispers remained. More vaults out there. Years later, Jake stood atop Hollywood sign, mic in hand. Adventures hook eternal. Next quest called. From that shocking studio night to global triumph, he'd learned. Fame's a beast, but taming it? Pure rush.